if I'm taking the risk to burn some books, some yarn, and a book nook, it has to be visible, and I hope it's cute. I wanted to wear a sweater because it feels like for a knitting video it makes sense, but it's probably like maybe 18 if not 20 degrees outside already, so let's say I wear this for the vibe more than for the need of warmth. Let's get started. I'm back today for a planning video, specifically knit planning video. I've made the first one in November for my winter knits. Maybe before I start, the goal is not to make an accurate planning of what I'm gonna manage to do in 3 months. I'm a beginner knitter, I'm a slow knitter, and I don't have a lot of time to spend for knitting, and I absolutely don't want for a hobby to become a source of stress or, of performance. I think that's a bit counterproductive. Like for me, knitting, and I think in general, knitting is the ultimate slow hobby that is not made to go faster than, humanly possible. So, yeah, I don't know if this disclaimer is needed, but I think I'd rather it being out there. I love making lists. I love looking through Ravelry and getting inspired by all the beautiful pattern and making lists for it of things that I want to make. That doesn't mean I'm gonna actually make all of them. Not at all. If I make 2 or 3 finished pieces in spring, that would be a great season of knitting for me. So maybe I need to stop introducing this and start. So I have here my lists. So if you zoom, you can spoil yourself the entire video and stop here. But let's get going. I did this a couple of weeks ago. We are 16th of March now, so the spring is, depending on how you count, either has started 2 weeks ago or is gonna start on the 21st, so this weekend. So I'm not very early. Let's start with sweaters. I have only 3 because, well, I feel like spring is not really the season for sweaters anymore. And the one I've put is, I hope I'll find it here. I've put some with like larger neck because that's not something I wear personally in winter, because I like having something that is covering my neck. And things that are too deep, I always feel like cold in the on the neck and on the bust or on the chest. So I feel like something that will have a wide opening fits better a lighter season, either spring or autumn. So with that, my first sweater is the Elliot sweater. It's by Wool and the Gang, and if I'm not wrong, this is a free pattern. This, I've seen that sweater by a French YouTuber and content creator whose name is Esther, and I've been following her for years. She recently started to do knitting content, which I'm very happy about. One thing that makes me not want to do it is that it's made flat, and now I'm currently making one sweater flat. It's the, let me not spoil my next podcast because I have not much to share there. So, but yeah, I'm doing a sweater flat now, so I would like to do something on the round. But apart from that little thing detail, it is beautiful. I love that it's a that like it crosses. There's like I have no idea how to describe like this thing that there's 2 pieces that are like overlapping. I think this looks very nice, and I really like this like soft peach color that is being used in the promotion videos. I would maybe, if I were to make it, I think I would make it in a very spring color, like maybe a lilac, like, you know, a pastel-y, but yet colorful. So maybe a lilac, or maybe a little sage green, maybe a baby blue, like those kind. I feel like those kind of colors would match this this sweater very well. Will I make it this spring? I let's say I don't think so. Just for the fact that it's too close in terms of construction to what I'm doing now, and I'm more interested in doing a sweater in the round. But I think it would be an amazing spring piece. It is very open in the neck, so for me that's not a winter piece, but perfect for spring. Maybe it will be also in my autumn list. Moving on, because I've been rambling for quite a while about my first piece. The second sweater is the Elisabeth Blouse by PetiteKnit. I haven't made... Okay, that's a lie. I have never made a PetiteKnit garment. I've made the Sophie scarf as my very first project, and I liked it. I thought it was very clear, even though I still messed it up on my first tests. But it was my very first pattern to follow, so no blame at all on PetiteKnit, but more on me trying to rush too much. And I've made also the Sunday socks over the winter. It was on my winter knitting plan, and it's one that I made. And the Elisabeth blouse, what I really like is the neckline. It's very open, so again, for me, I think that's not something I would wear in winter too much, just because I would be cold. But I think the fact that it has this very open neckline and very nice color that really reminds of a shirt color, it's a look that I really enjoy. And it looks like it could be worn with like very light things underneath. So I think it's a perfect, again, spring or autumn garment. In terms of color, I don't know exactly. And in terms of yarn, I would definitely choose a yarn that can be worn like that is very soft, so that it could be worn maybe just with a tank top underneath, so it makes sense for the warmer season. And yeah, again, in terms of color, I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of this dark blue. I don't know, wait. Or maybe like one of those colors. Oh, in a brown. What do you think? Maybe in like a nice brown? That could be very nice. Because I don't think I don't think it would be something I have a lot of in my wardrobe. I don't think it's something that would really get out of style. Okay, I know that brown is very trendy at the moment, but it's kind of a staple. Like, I don't think it would get out of style. Am I being influenced and saying that just because I'm being influenced by the trend? Maybe. But I think like it's kind of a very simple piece, and that having it in a simple color would be nice. At the same time, it's such a simple piece that having it in a bold color would make it stand out a bit more. Would have to be things. But if I'm doing one sweater this spring, I think that would be the one. Again, will I make it? I am not sure. Then we move on to cardigans, and specifically the Levitate wrap. It's another inspiration by Esther, the French content creator. She was talking about this being her next knit, and I love it. I think she has we have at least very similar taste. This wrap look so nice, and I was talking in the last planning video that I was looking for some wrap, but I wasn't sure about the one I found. And definitely I'm never gonna do the one that I found back then, because this is exactly what I'm looking for. It is chunkier, I think, than the one I shared, but it's I don't know, it looks just so stylish, and it kind of looks like the kind of thing that could become like a real staple. The only thing that makes me worry is that it's extremely open. So that means if it's a super warm yarn, when would you wear it? Because if if you want to wear something that is very warm, why would you wear something that is super open until very low? So yeah, that's the part I'm a bit questioning. That's also why I'm not sure if that I would make it this spring. But it looks so good that I would love to have it. And I think this would be, the color they chose is very nice, like this warm gray beige type of color. I would probably go for that. The next cardigan is called the Clematis sweater, and it's called sweater, but it has buttons all the way down, so I've put it in the cardigans. It looks way thinner than a sweater, so that's why I put it in the spring list. And it is very original. I don't think I've seen many pieces like that, at least in like out and about on the streets. It has like buttons that is going from one side to the other, or at least to the middle. And that in itself, I think it looks very cool. And I don't know, I feel like it looks like, okay, you don't just find that in any store. So that's something that I do like. I think you can be like quite bold. I really like, there's one in the list that was made in green. I think that looks very nice. Will I make it this spring? Maybe, honestly, maybe. It looks very nice. I think it would be a very useful piece for spring, especially because you can easily remove it. And it looks like it's not so warm. Yeah, and it looks cool when it's fully closed up. And it also, like, there's many photos where like the bottom few are open, so if it gets a bit warmer you don't have to unbutton it fully, and that looks cool as well. So yes, I think that is a pretty good contender for this spring knitting plan. A good transition between the cardigans and the vests is the Nordic Bloom vests, because it's basically a cardigan vest type of thing. I've already shared it in my winter plan. Again, looking at it, it fits a lot more spring or autumn, but it's definitely not something I would actually make in winter, because I would never wear it in winter. It looks amazing. I don't know if I have the level to make such intricate color work, but it's just two color work, so I would want to try. Yeah, I honestly have nothing to say about it. I love the color the designer chose. I think this beige and green looks just perfect. It could also look nice with just a tank top below. I don't know how itchy the yarn is, so maybe not, but if it's not too itchy, I think wearing it on its own could be quite cool in the spring. So yeah, this one I would really think about doing this spring. It looks so nice. Again, it's something that I'm gonna put in every list, I think, until I do it. Probably mostly spring or autumn from now, but it looks just amazing. With this, we started a very long list of vests. I think spring is the season of vests, and I've 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 vests. So let's get going, because we'll be there forever otherwise. The second one, I don't remember if I placed it already in the winter list. If I did, it was not a good move from my side, because it's definitely not a winter item. It's also cardigan style, and it's called the Roma vest by Mochi Knits. It looks so nice. I think if it's not too warm, I think it could be something you can wear in summer as well. Whoever made those photos, I love their style. It looks so cool. It looks a little bit effortless, but you clearly look put together. I love the color. This baby blue looks so great with this. I think, yeah, they did an amazing job. I love how it looks with the oversized t-shirt underneath it. It's really, really good. This one is another very strong contender for something I would actually do. The only thing is, it's again, as it's a cardigan, it's probably made flat. and I want to do something in the round, but so probably not the first piece I make, but will be done at some point, and it uses between 3.5 and 4.5 millimeter needle. Not too big, but because there's no arms, I think it can get away with it. Next one, we have the Riptide Slipover by Jennifer Shiels, Toland. My God, I'm hoping it's clear. Jennifer Shiels, Toland. This looks so nice. I was looking specifically to make something with lace, because I've received the advice that lace is pretty beginners friendly, more than colorwork or cable. So it's like, okay, like would want to try it then. And this one looks very cool. It has like 4 or 5 vertical stripes in the middle. It's I would probably make it longer, because on all of the it looks fairly short, so it's probably the like the designer decision, but I would probably want to have it a bit longer. That's my only comment, and I would make it a little bit oversized so I can wear it with probably a t-shirt underneath. Next one is the Ebba vests by Sari Nordlund. Sari Nordlund is one of the most famous designers, isn't she? I've also selected it because it also has lace. I honestly am not sure which one between this one and the Riptide one I would make. In terms of look, I might like this one a bit better, but it looks like it has also some cable, so it might be a bit more challenging to do. From the photos, it looks like it's definitely made in the round, so that's a good news. And it's with fairly small needles, but if it's with a, like something interesting happening, I think it's okay. Like it's a bit more engaging than just endless stockinette. No shade at all for anybody liking that, and I find also that like a pretty nice when you don't want to think, but I feel like I get a bit bored, which is a me problem. But yeah, so this one I would really consider. I would make it more oversized than what is shown on the pattern, to be able to wear it with like a shirt underneath. I think it would look very nice. In terms of color, I love the beige that she chose, the white beige, but I already have one, so maybe I should choose something else, but I don't really know what else right now. I haven't selected, but this is a very strong contender as well. Then we have 2 from the same designer. I would obviously not do both, but I can't choose which one I liked best. The designer is, oh my god, okay, Lisa Meissner, and the 2 vests are the Whitestripes Slipover and the Colorfield vest. They are so fun, like so fun. I think I have a small preference for the Colorfield vest, which looks like there's different colors that are like, different squares that are mixed, and so the place which has both squares have kind of a mix of the 2 colors. I don't know how she managed to do that. I'm assuming it's a question of holding yarn together. I don't know, but it looks extremely cool. The only thing is I'm not sure about the wearability. It looks amazing. I think I would probably really enjoy making it. It looks amazing on the hanger, but I don't really like any of the photo where it's worn. So that's a bit of a bummer. The color palette she used for both, mostly for the Colorfield, are very hot autumn color season, which I am not. I'm a summer. So maybe if I chose like lighter color, maybe it could work. So yeah, I love the artistic view of it. I love the aesthetic. I'm not sure if I would wear it, so that's what puts me off a little bit. But it looks amazing, and both of them look super good. Maybe that's actually changing a little bit the colors. I'm not a huge fan of the gray So maybe if I change the gray for like a blue, for example, it could work well with the orange and the yellow, or like 2 blues, and making it bigger so I can wear it with shirts, and then maybe I would wear it. So yeah, this one, it's a big question mark. They are too cool not to be saved somewhere that I can pick them someday, but I don't really have a, I would need to think about it further for it to be proper for me. Yeah, I'm not done yet with the with the vest. One that is probably for earlier spring. It's the Marlin Slipover by Yeon. I'm so sorry. I'm not pronouncing that properly. I'm really sorry. It looks amazing though. It's, I think, a mix of lace and cable. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but it looks very delicate, very elegant, it just looks so nice. The one thing that makes me unsure is that when do I need a turtleneck with no sleeve? What is the proper weather for that? I'm not sure. But honestly, it's so beautiful that I might not care about that and do it either way, because it just looks amazing. Will I make it this spring? Maybe not, just because I will need to figure out when do I need that color. But the color, I mean. But she does wear it also in some photos without anything beneath, and it looks also very gorgeous. It looks very like, actually make it look like very working girl kind of thing. From also the photo of the work in progress, it looks like she also makes it in the round. So maybe. And top down, which I have never made. In terms of needle, it's 5mm needle, so a little bit bigger, so it would go a bit faster. Honestly, maybe. Really, I might make it. And the color, gorgeous. It's not at all in my season, but gorgeous, gorgeous color. Then a classic look, the Tulip loop vest by Other Loops. I don't know that designer, but this looks to me exactly like the perfect vest I want to wear. It has quite an open collar, so I think it's very good for the warmer season where you don't want to have something too close to the neck. She wears it with shirts, and it looks just so good. I think with like some jeans on top, you're just elegant. It looks amazing. I love the color, like this beige. I think it looks just perfect. It really makes the cables very visible. The one thing that I'm not so fan of is maybe the few rows of ribbing, or it looks at least like it's ribbing on the side. I'm not sure if it is actually, but even that, it's not bad, you know. So yeah, if it's made, yes, it's made in the round, so that might be my first go. Next one is some crochet vest, because I was saying I have a itch. I'm itching to do some crochet, and so here we have a crochet vest called the Agnes sweater vest by Bethany Lynne. It's basically a granny square vest. I think she chose her colors so nicely. It makes me want to copy paste the exact same thing. And the weirdest thing is when I look at the colors exactly, I'm not a fan of individual colors. It looks like different shades of gray. I would never choose that, but I think the ensemble looks so harmonious. So yeah, I love it. It has like ribbing. I thought ribbing was, I don't know crochet, so maybe I shouldn't say, but it looks like it's knitted ribbing. I'm quite surprised, but it looks just so nice. It looks quirky, but not too quirky either. I think I would choose probably some neutral-ish color, not to look too much like hey, I'm a crafty person. There's no problem with that, but it's not necessarily a vibe I want to have every time I step outside. Yeah, and I think it would be perfect for spring. I think summer would be a bit warm, but it can be like on a chiller summer day. It could be so nice on like summer dress to wear them a bit earlier in the spring. This one, honestly, if I make one crochet project, it might be this one because it looks just so nice. The last one is again kind of a cardigan, so I should have talked about it at the beginning, is the Vilma top by Gregoria Fibers. It's, I don't know, it's so elegant. So this Vilma top is, it has something like very juvenile, but in a good way. To me, those like openings, like I don't have the proper vocabulary for that, but really reminds me of like children's stuff. But it looks so it has this very like young fairy prairie. I don't know what I'm saying, but it looks so nice. It's very cropped, which looks like with very high-waisted things could look very nice. She wears it in the photos in different ways and they all look great. I love that it's like closed all the way to the collar. That's, to me, I really love that look. It looks very open in the armholes. I don't know. I don't know. I love it. If I go for this, I would take maybe a bit more whimsical buttons, but maybe it would make it too much juvenile. So I don't know. I really like the choice she made, but I can imagine myself putting a little contrast there. Again, I can't do all of my vests in beige, but they all look great in beige, so I would have to figure that out. But I really like. I also love the ribbing in the bottom. It looks so cool. I need to move forward. That was the last vest. My last things are socks, because I feel like socks makes sense in spring, doesn't it? I've put like 2, 4, 6, 7 pairs of socks, and if I do one, I would be happy. In spring, so the first one is called the Kyllikki socks. I really feel like I'm butchering everything. From the designer Jenna K. This designer is doing beautiful color work that I'm very intimidated by. But I'm thinking like socks could be a nice way. I've heard, actually, while I'm saying that, I realize it might not be the best idea because like you need to handle your tension quite well if you want the sock to fit, because if you hold it too tight, of course, like then the whole sock will end up being maybe too snug and you won't be able to pass your foot in. So maybe I'm wrong, but it looks too good. What can I say? It also looks maybe more like winter socks, but I don't care. The pattern is very springy. It's like some flowers. I love it. Like I would take the exact same colors. It's just perfect. There's nothing else I can say about it. It's just perfect. And it's not too small needles because I've made, what was it? The I'm So Basic Socks by Samali, which is an amazing free pattern. Probably it's very good for socks. It was my first socks. But it's in like 2 millimeters or 2.5 or 2.25, I don't remember, but the tiniest needles ever. And it was feeling like very long, even though it's small socks that I have somewhere here because I never dare to wear it. You can call me stupid for that because it is extremely stupid. Here they are. Still need to be careful about the candle. It looks very great, and the look is probably great because it's also on very small needle, but it took me too long and it really put me off doing socks again for quite a few months. So having a bit bigger needles sounds pretty nice. Next one might be more on theme for a summer, not at all, spring knit plan, because they are called the Spring Hope socks. So of course I have to put it on the spring list. To be perfectly honest, I'm too beginner to make those. Those looks like extremely intricate color work sock. They are something I want to make someday. I really, really mean that they look so good. It's like mix of different flower pattern. I see that somewhere there is they can be a little rabbit. It looks perfect. It's super springy. I love the color they selected. This like brown, that's not brown, wine color, purple, red color. They look amazing. Definitely not for this year. I have to admit my own limits, and they are just too complex for me at the moment. But these are beautiful, and I could not put them in the spring list. So here they are. So the next sock is called August Socks by Halina Mikhalchenko. I'm really sorry again if I mispronounce. And I put them there because to me geese are super springy. Don't really know why. And these are just too cute with like little geese in the back. Realistically, I don't know if I would wear it, but I know quite a few people in my life that wear very eccentric socks. I think that could be a very fun gift knit for somebody, because they are. It's not just like, okay, like thank you for this needed present. It's like actually cool to wear. But I'm not sure if I would make it for myself because I'm a very boring sock wearer. The next one, I love it so much, is called the Fisher Folks Fancy Sock Set by Stone Knits. And they are the funnest socks. Okay, I don't know, there are a lot of fun socks actually, so I realize I might be a bit exaggerating, but those like pink lobster socks, they are so cute. Like I want this, even though I'm not a very fun sock wearer, I feel like I could wear them, and it's like add a little pop of red and pink in an outfit, so I can really imagine having like either some shorts, but most likely some pants where the sock is a bit visible, and maybe mostly neutral outfit, but with this like pop of color in the sock. Amazing. That makes very like discreetly a very nice touch for your outfit. So the lobster are by far my favorite. The crab I like less. They look like devil crab, so I'm not sure. But there's little fish that I really enjoy as well. Here come again the question, what about your level? I don't know. It looks a bit intimidating. So yeah, I don't know if I would make them this year. I don't know if I have the level yet, but I will try one day. Maybe not this year. If not this year, next year, or at some other point, but I want these socks in my life. One that I will put again, that I put already in my winter list, but to be fair, those scream spring, is the Witch Hazel sock by Rebecca Colère Pix. I won't make them this year. I know I'm too much of a beginner still to do these, so I'm accepting my limits, but they have to be on the spring list, on the spring sock list. Like they are just perfect, so I'm mentioning them there, but not yet for me, but one day for sure. It's funny because the socks I like are all like with some fancy color work that I'm not able to do. So what can I do? The next one is called the Cider House sock. Is that Cider House socks? Those look a bit more simple. They are by Summerly again. The thing that makes me think that I would not want to wear them is that it's 2.25 millimeters. So same as the I'm So Basic sock, and it took me forever like over a month when I was doing, like, that was my only knitting project, but they look so nice. They have this very like look like the sport sock with the red stripe. They have some cables on them that makes them look super good, so they look amazing. These I'm not making this year because I haven't recovered from the experience of making this tiniest socks, but one day again, I love them. They look amazing, and Summerly makes a very good pattern, in my opinion. Or I don't want to say very good as in like somebody else wouldn't, but very beginner friendly pattern. Yeah. After the lobster socks, here are the hens. So the next pattern is called the herding hens sock set. My god, this is nightmare for a French person who struggles with the H's. Herding hens. Does that sound better? I'm not sure. But another color work, very detailed. Like, tell me that this is not cute. Or the cutest. I think it looks very like Easter. Like, I would love to wear those for Easter. I would love to make this for like a baby. Oh my god, a little kid that wears them for Easter. Like, that's just the dream. Again, how to say that? I don't have the skill right now. The last sock is called Under the Quilt Socks by Stone Knits again. And they look, honestly, don't tell me they are not amazing. Like, it's basically those like quilting patterns all in a sock format. They've also made it in a way where both socks are the inverted colors of each other. That looks so nice. I don't know if I would make that because, again, I'm not very extravagant in my sock wearing, but I feel like this could work with pretty much any color. I could use my existing yarn probably, I hope. And I don't know. I don't know why I feel like these would be more accessible than other of the pattern. It looks maybe a bit simpler and more repetitive. I don't know. If I do any, I think this is a strong contender. I would use just 2 colors. Yeah, they look great. That's all with socks. Again, just to repeat myself, if I make 1 pair of socks this spring, I will count that as a win. Last thing is not a garment, is a few things for the home. So one of my goals this year is to make 1 piece for my house to hang on the wall, most likely. And so I've put 2 inspiration for this quarter. The first one is this is so weird. I hope people will understand my vision with it. It's called the large mouth bass. Yeah, large mouth bass tapestry, which I don't know, it just looks so nice. I can imagine having it like just verticals for like a thinner piece of wall. Yeah, it looks very intricate though, so I'm not sure if I would manage. Made with crochet, looks very cool. Second one, Dance of the Swan tapestry. Again, maybe a bit more simpler. There's 2 main colors. It's also made with crochet, so yeah, it looks great. Maybe a bit more traditional, so I don't know. I also don't know if I would get to some home things this spring, but if I do, this would be the 2. I've also, I'm starting to make some baby knits, meaning actually my time knitting would be split a little bit. I'm gonna share the list of baby knits that I've loved. I've been even less conservative than this. I think I have like 60 or something in my Ravelry folder for baby knits. So stay tuned if you want to see the making of that. But yeah, here my prediction for this quarter, for the spring, is Agnes sweater vests, the Under the Quilt sock, and maybe the Nordic bloom vest. That's my prediction. 1 or 2 vests and 1 pair of socks, because I have 2 ongoing projects right now that are nowhere near closed. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. This was very pleasant to make. I love making lists, so I'll probably make one for summer when it comes. And yes, have a good rest of the day. Thank you for being here. Tell me if you have any spring plan for your knits, because I love being inspired by other knitters. It's always so fun to see what people are planning, and it's gonna make my list grow, but who cares? Yeah, have a good day. Bye.